What's going on, everyone? Jared Star here, man. Now, today we got some interesting news regarding 42 Dugg. 42 Dugg has been arrested by federal agents for failing to surrender and serve a prison sentence. Yes, you heard, a prison sentence. Rapper 42 Dugg has been arrested by federal agents after he failed to surrender to authorities to serve a 6-month prison sentence. As the Detroit News reports, the 27-year-old failed to report a federal prison camp last month in West Virginia to serve a sentence for illegally possessing a firearm. Since he never turned himself in for the charge, which is connected to the incident in which he allegedly fired a weapon inside of a gun range in Atlanta, he is now facing an absconding charge and could face up to 5 years behind bars. Dugg was arrested on Wednesday in Detroit after he arrived on a private jet that flew in from Memphis. Pretty sure he was in there watching the Warriors and Memphis game. He got off the plane and they're waiting to greet him, said the rapper's lawyer Steve Sharge. Surveillance footage from the gun range showed Dugg and two others possessing, loading, and shooting a 9mm Glock pistol. Since he was convicted of carjacking and felony firearm possessions in the past, he is not permitted to possess a firearm. It's looking like in this case, he probably thought he would be cool because he's at a gun range, but regardless, he can't touch a gun because he's a felon. He was also reported in March 2020 on felony firearm possession charges. His lawyer successfully kept the rapper out of jail amid the COVID-19 pandemic, and he was instead sentenced to 3 years of probation, and the court officials later threatened to revoke his probation after he tested positive for unspecified drugs. In response, he filed an appeal. His probation was revoked in February, and he was sentenced to 6 months behind bars following by 2 years of probation. Now, this 42 Dugg situation, it's not looking too bad. The only part that concerns me is that he was already on probation, and now they had visual footage of him using a weapon, which he cannot do because he's a felon. You know, he was at a gun range, so maybe he thought because he was renting a gun, he was using a controlled environment, that him using it would not be, wrong or illegal. Because let's be honest, when you're a convicted felon, you can't smoke, you can't use any drugs, you can't use any firearms. So he probably thought he couldn't ride with any firearms. None of his homies could have it around him. He couldn't have one. But he maybe thought if he was renting one or at, a facility where it's controlled, where they're shooting, they're target practicing, that he would be okay. But obviously that wasn't the case because as soon as he came back from Atlanta, it was in Atlanta, they got him. Hopped off the plane from Memphis, because this happened in Atlanta, and they have all the information that they need. I wonder who sent them this footage from the gun range in Atlanta, because it's like, do they have people following him around? Was his own parole officer that, ratted him out? I'm kind of confused about that part. But nonetheless, this does seem like a lot. I don't think 42 Dugg will spend 5 years behind bars, but like I said, I'm not the judge, and there's not really too much favoring in his case. It's like the only thing that's favoring his case, you can see that he was not using to harm anyone. He was simply just there for recreational uses. So if the judge were to approach 42 Dugg and say anything about big jail time, the max would be 5 years. And I don't even think he would get up to 5 years because he's using the gun in a recreational environment where he's using it for fun and not really towards to harm anyone else. So I think he would get obliged for that. But to be honest with you, this headline doesn't really scare me too much. I think he should be fine. He should have just surrendered and went to the 6-month prison sentence, but he has other reasons why he probably just didn't want to go. And I'm not going to lie to you, 6 months prison sentence, I mean, time is time, so I'm not going to degrade anything, but it doesn't really seem too deep for what he, had done. So, but maybe he wasn't trying to just waste 6 months in jail where he could be, making music, going on tour, making money. So that part I do understand, that part I do hear. And he's the artist, man. He's doing what's best for him. The CMG Collective Music Group got, Yo Gotti, ESTG, Moneybagg. CMG has one of the hardest rosters in the rap game right now. So obviously he didn't want to get taken away from that. He wanted to make music and be a part of the winning team, man. The winning team. So yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys have any questions, put it in the comment box, man. Appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Anyone who watched this video, appreciate the love and support. DSG, the Star Gang. Love y'all, man.